Hello and welcome, football fans. This is your host Ahmed from Fan Stands, coming live from lockdown-free Melbourne, Australia. Yes, just an hour ago, Melbourne just moved from stage 4 lockdown, and yes, it's quite a good news for all the people living in Melbourne, and yes, they will celebrate when the day will start. But for now, let's talk about football. And yes, as you can see that today I'll be hosting alone. No Mr. Chima with me. You most probably will see them tomorrow. So yeah, today I will be talking about game week 5 as you can see from the description of Bundesliga matches and Serie A matches. Yeah, I think after international break, I think it's been a welcome club football for all of us, and it was quite an exciting matches in both Bundesliga and Serie A. So I will start with Bundesliga matches, and I'll start with the league leaders. RB Leipzig versus Hertha Berlin. Yeah, it was. I think RB Leipzig was going undefeated in this match, and well, they have a really terrible starting with John Cordoba, the Colombian striker, scoring I think in first 15 minutes, and they were trailing in the first 15 minutes. After that, in the first half, through Alexander Skorlov, I think their new signing, and also Justin Klarvik, both of them playing, having a start. So through his ball to the post, I think Upamecano scored, and they were level on their terms. After that, in the second half, I think the contest was even, but I think after a penalty by John Cordoba on Warburton, the RB Leipzig was given to lead, and it was a good lead by Sabitzer. And Sabitzer gave them 2-1, and like that, RB Leipzig maintained their unbeaten league by winning 2-1. So yeah, we have a question here by our very own Mohsin. RB Leipzig is strong enough to give a ban? Yes, I think they have quite some power, attacking power. Mohsin, as you can see that they did. I think Justin Slavert and Alexander Skorlov might give them that attacking edge. Also, I think Huang Jin, which they pursued from RB Salzburg. I think all three of them can give them attacking power, and they're coping well without Warner. So the second match we want to talk about, I think it was we also have a Riverside Derby, which is between Borussia Dortmund and I think so Schalke. So yes, Schalke are coming on a very bad form. They haven't won from January 4, 2020. So they're like on 25 to 24 on unwinnable streak. So yeah, they're having a miserable time in Bundesliga and other matches as well. And yeah, I think so. It was an advantage in the Borussia Dortmund had a really good advantage, but I think in first half we didn't see anything from Borussia Dortmund also, and nothing from Schalke as well. But I think in the second half, through I think Akanji from the corner, Akanji scored a really good, and they were really good. Akanji scored a goal, and after that, through Jadon Sancho assist, Haaland scored. Haaland also had a couple of more chances, but I think he just wasn't on target. After that, I think Matt through Rafael Guerrero, Matt Hummel scores, and I think they just finished what was left of a match. Schalke, I think, are very much favorite of relegating this season. I think they're one of the very good teams which had very good youth products, youth coming through. So it's sad it's really sad that such a good team will be going down. I hope their luck turns around. They got a DFB Polkau match coming. Maybe they can get a win in that. Third match I want to discuss is your very own Bayern Munich versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Yes, it's Bayern's bogey team, Eintracht Frankfurt. Frankfurt are the one of the reason why Hansi Flick was selected, because last season they gave them 5-0 loss when Kovac was their coach, and because of that Kovac lost their job, and Hansi Flick was given the chance. And yes, after that it's like a fairy tale for Bayern Munich with Hansi Flick, that they won a trouble under him. So yeah, I think it was a bit scary for Bayern to play the bogey team, but I think Lewandowski is in the form of his life. He scored a couple of goals in the first half, and in the starting half, and in the second half he completed his hat trick. Also, we get to see Leroy Sané starting, and he also scored a thunderbolt for the fourth goal. And they have a new English youngster who also was on a debutant, who also scored his goal. And yeah, so a good 5-0 beating to Eintracht Frankfurt, which was quite surprising. I think that there was a chance of also scoring. I think Barcelos had a chance of scoring, but I know what a clearance by Manuel Neuer. I think he just kicked the ball outside when it was on the goal line. So yeah, it was a good match. So yeah, we also have one of the questions. Mohsin asked the question that the league is going to be another walk in the park for Bayern again. No, not this time. I think RB Leipzig have a really maintained a good record. I think Borussia Dortmund also are playing good. So I think, and also I think the next team, which I'm going to discuss, are also in the contention, which are Marco Rose, Borussia Mönchengladbach. They had a match. Against Mainz. Yes. In this match, I think they quite rotated their squad, because they just had a match against my favorite team, Inter, which they drew 2-2. So yeah, they were so quite rotated team, and yeah, they were trailing. I think Mainz striker, French striker, gave them a lead. I think so. Yeah, they were trailing. Lance Linder opened the score for the Mönchengladbach, and after that they were trailing by 2 goals in the first half. After that, a brilliant performance by Jonas Hofmann, who scored a penalty, and after that assisted our third goal to Matthias Ginter for a win. So yeah, you look out for this team. They are really good. Marco Rose, Borussia Mönchengladbach are really good, are in a good form, and they might give them a league some challenge. So yeah, the last match I want to discuss in this in Bundesliga is Wolfsburg versus Amina Beaconfield. Yeah, so Wolfsburg started their season with 4 draws. So yeah, they just couldn't do anything. They were like the shambolic, but I think they bigger. Maximilian Arnold just was a brilliant performance for them. He assisted the first goal and then scored in the first half. In the second half, they had some chances, but they couldn't do anything for that. And I think Armina just had a goal back, but they just lost. So yeah, I think a good win for Wolfsburg. So yeah. So this is my Bundesliga rundown. So yeah, I think it was a quite interesting match. I think RB Leipzig are on a 5 match unbeaten run. I think Borussia Dortmund and both Bayern Munich are back on their form. So let's see what will happen. I hope so. Bundesliga can become interesting again, and I think Bayern Munich might be given a challenge this time, because I think 4 to 5 teams are competing this time. So moving from Bundesliga to Serie A, my favorite league. Yeah, I'm an Inter Milan fan. So I'll start with Inter Milan, who had a match against Genoa. I was a bit worried because we just had a match against Marco Rose, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and we just drew that match. I think Lukaku just salvaged the point for us. So yeah, but against Genoa, I think we first half was a bit dull because we couldn't create anything. We had some chances but couldn't do anything. I think for us Barella is very important because in first half, yeah, you can see without Barella we couldn't do anything. But in the second half when Barella was introduced instead of Eric Christensen, he gave a true ball to Lukaku who scored who opened his score, and he had I think seven or eight goals. I think five goals. Sorry, 5 goals in this starting 5 to 6 match. I think he's the most important player for us, and I think I think he's one of those players which can't be irreplaceable in Inter right now. And I think after that, Dembélé gave us a 2-0 lead through Ranocchia header. I think it was passing around. And yeah, Brozovic with a really good header. So really a good corner. So yeah, I think it was a comfortable win. It was scary in the first half, but it was a comfortable win for Inter. So yeah, I'm very happy. It was a good match. Coming to the second match, I think it was Atalanta versus Sampdoria. Oof. Atalanta are in a bad form. They just lost 4-0 last week against a good running machine Napoli, and they just lost again. This time to Sampdoria, who's having a bit of good form. I think they are on a three match winning streak. So yeah, I think Fabio Quagliarella, my God, he's 36 to 37 years old, and he's still scoring. It was a very strange match for Atalanta, who I think had a quite a bit squad rotated because they had just had a match against Midtjylland in Champions League. So it was a very heavily, I think 4 to 5 players rotated squad. So, but Quagliarella, I think he opened his scoring, and after that he was given a chance to convert a penalty, but it was saved. It was saved by Sportella, and yes. So, but still, I think in the second half they just couldn't able to withstand the pressure from Sampdoria attackers. I think Atlanta had a penalty, but it was softest of the penalties. So Zubin Duparta had a chance to score, and yeah, he scored. But I think overall the performance of Atalanta in Serie A is really abysmal. I think we expected most of the non-Serie A fans and also Serie A fans expect a high flying football from them, but I think they heavily rotated squad might not give them that high octane football they are playing right now. So Gasperini really needs to understand this and come back to the winning matches. Also, coming to Napoli. Napoli had a match against Benevento away from home. Yes, it was the battle of Insigne brothers, Lozano Insigne and Roberto Insigne. Both brothers were playing, but it was the bigger brother Roberto started who scored the first goal. So yeah, I think it was a very hard working victory for, I guess, Napoli, who don't have that habit of trailing, and they are playing amazing under Gattuso. So it was Insigne had that chance of equalizing, but his goal was cancelled out by VAR. But I think in second half, Insigne scored and equalized and gave the fighting back chance to Napoli. And I think in last 15 minutes, their new signing, Andre Panega, scored. Sorry for the pronunciation. Britannia, sorry. Britannia just scored and gave them the victory. I think Matthew Politano was the was the assister for both of the goals. I think he is having a wonderful match. Wonderful match in this game, and he's enjoying the life under Gattuso. He played good in when he was in Inter, but he didn't have that much impact which he's having right now in Napoli. So yeah, good win for Napoli. I think Gattuso is really doing a great job with Napoli, and I can see them challenging. I can see they are also one of the challengers for the title this week. So also talking about title challenges, I think let's talk about the match between Juventus versus Hellas Verona. Yes, we have a comment that we don't see much flair from Juventus under Pirlo. Yes, I think Pirlo, it's an inexperienced coach. He was just appointed under 23 coach, and after 10 days he was given the task of managing Juventus, which is, I think, a very humongous task. So yeah, I think he had. I think they started good. I think Morata is playing really good under Pirlo, which I think he didn't have that much good performances under Simeone or also in Chelsea. I think he had a couple of goals, but this is a different Morata for me, who has a tendency of scoring. In every match he has played. So yeah, he gave them the lead in the first half, but his goal was cancelled by VAR. And I think Ferrelli from Hellas Verona, he came as a substitute and he scored in 2 minutes. So yeah, I think they really sucker punch. Hello Verona really sucker punch Juventus, but I think the quality on Juventus side with Kulusevski, Chiesa, and Dybala playing, I think Morata 2 goal to Kulusevski gave them an equalizer. I think it was really one of those matches which you can say that quite like you can see that Pirlo's trying to build something, but I don't know. You just have to give him a time. Like, he has quality players around him. So now they have a very challenging match against Barcelona. So let's see if Pirlo can produce something, a miracle. All of this football fans' eyes are on that fixture. Let's see if that Cristiano Ronaldo can play that match. Also, I think the lack of attacking power from Cristiano Ronaldo, I think, was missing. I think Demiral, that Turkish centre back, was playing really well. I think shout out to Demiral as well. So yeah, I think Juventus might struggle this season, and I think they have to look out. Speaking of the match of the week was which played tomorrow on a Monday night. It was AC Milan versus Roma. So yeah, AC Milan and Roma played. If you are a neutral fan, you really enjoyed this match because it ended a 3-3 draw, which started as Zlatan Ibrahimovic is really doing wonders at 38. Like, we're getting comments. Yes, he is doing wonders at the age of 38. He opened a scoring sheet. I think it's if you have seen the match, you say it was a high scoring match, and defensively it was a poor defensively match. So yeah, I think Zlatan Ibrahimovic started scoring, and then on the other hand, I think Dzeko gave them an equalizer. So yeah, it was a good match. And after that, I think in the second half, through Leo Salamakers, scored and gave the lead to Milan. But and after that, I think two softest penalties which you can see in this match was given. I think Pedro penalty was given, which I think wasn't a penalty. It was a very soft penalty, but it was given, and Jordan Vertu converted for an equalizer and 2-2. Other side, we also see a very soft penalty on Hakan Çalhanoğlu, which like I said, it's a very soft penalty, and I wouldn't give a penalty, but I think refereeing in this match was very poor. Like, if VAR didn't existed in this match, they wouldn't have given this penalty, but because VAR is just introduced and you have to just accurately give every decisions right now. So yeah, I think it was both of those penalties were very, very, very soft, and I wouldn't have given him if there was a really good referee. So yeah, so result Ibrahimovic scored from the spot and gave a lead to Milan 3-2. But I think in the last 5 minutes, Roma scored again through their new signing Marash Kambola. So yeah, 3-3, and I think Romanogli had a chance of scoring for in the dying minutes, but they wouldn't score. So the score is 3-3. So yeah, Inter Milan maintained their unbeaten streak. They are on the top of the table, which is quite surprising for me. I think they're playing really good under Stefan Poli and Ibrahimovic. Yes, we have a comment like a Milan attack depends a lot on Zlatan. Yes, you can see that when Zlatan isn't playing, their scoring goes really down. And also, I think in this match, Donnarumma wasn't playing, so I think Roma really utilized those chances. So yeah, I think AC Milan maintained their perfect win. I think if they won this match, they would be on top. But right now, I think they're on 12 points with Napoli so yeah, it's a very good. I think AC Milan is on top, then Napoli. Then I think Juventus is on 5 and Inter is on 4. So I think we have quite some battle in Serie A with Juventus struggling. So it gives a really good competition to Serie A. So yes, these are my rundown for Bundesliga and Serie A matches. It was quite enjoyable because it was after two weeks of international football. We get to see a really good club football matches. I really enjoy AC Milan and Roma match. It was a good match. Also, I think shout out to Fiorentina Udinese match in which Castrovilli scored 2 and assisted 1. I think he was the architect of that match. So yeah, it was a really good match. So yeah, I think fans should start following Serie A as well because it's a very good defensively and also attacking wise. I think this week shows that it's a really good league, and I would love all the football fans who are also watching EPL should also start watching Bundesliga as well and Serie A as well because we got some competition in both of these leagues now. So yeah, these are my rundowns for game week 5 for Bundesliga and Serie A. Tomorrow, me and Mohsin will discuss the very important fixtures of game week 5 in in Premier League, and also we have a healthy and lengthy discussion on what happened in El Clasico. So yeah, this is Ahmed Abdul Hamid signing off from fan stands. Have a really wonderful night, and it's hopefully a new day in Melbourne. So a wonderful freedom to all the people in Melbourne, and a lovely football days to all the fans in other countries. So yeah, do enjoy the Champions League match which are coming today. So yeah, we will keeping a close eye on those as well. So yeah, like, subscribe, and share these videos. And for more football content, follow us on Fanstand. This is Ahmed signing off. Goodbye.